Hi Pisces, welcome back to my channel, Love from a Leo. My name is Tay and this is your May 2019 tarot reading. Before we start, I would like to tell you guys what crystals that I am using for this particular reading. So we have 2 pieces of clear quartz, amethyst, and angelite. Pisces, what you're going to be feeling during this May are big changes, big insights. The need for freedom and individuality is going to be monumental for you throughout May, okay? So some of you may have already been feeling this, or maybe just starting to feel a little different. But I do think it is for the greater good, or at least the greater good of yourself. Let's go ahead and get your past energy. So in the past, we got the Temperance card. So this is Sagittarius energy, so this could have been in relation to a Sagittarius or finding internal balance for yourself. So in the past, we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. So again, that Sagittarius seems to be popping up here. But even if this is not a Sagittarius, this is a time where someone is having a really hard time finding their voice and finding how to communicate what they want to happen without being super rageful or having anger. They're communicating something, but they're doing it in a way that can be very toxic to other people or burning others in the process of trying to express themselves. So this could have been any sign, but I do think a Sagittarius has something to do with this. Maybe you were even trying to express something to a Sagittarius and it was going kind of weird. With the 5 of Swords in reverse, it seems as though that conversation needed to be had, but that was not the way to have it. And I do think that you know what I'm talking about. Let's get some information on this. What was this conversation in regards to? Something that needed to be rectified, something that could have been hidden. Maybe someone wasn't being 100% truthful, or someone knew that they needed to come clean about something. And once they did, someone could have reacted in a crazy way. And so with all of this happening, it did end up being that the path that was set for this situation between these people, it definitely did not end the way that you expected it to. And I think that it was just something that needed to end. But because of this, I think that is why that Temperance energy was what this energy was all about, because it brought you balance, even if it was in a way that was painful, in a way that was embarrassing, or even in a way that was just toxic or felt toxic, you know, at a specific time. So that I feel like the energy for what was happening during the situation was crazy. I think that you probably were like, I don't know how this is going to turn out, but it is what it is. And I think emotions were very high. I think that there were a lot of emotions involved. But nonetheless, I do think that it restored some type of balance for you, whether it's getting rid of a toxic person or getting rid of something that you know you cannot commit to. And it was just better to leave it alone instead of making it worse. So let's get some advice for the Pisces who have not dealt with this and you're not sure what to do about the situation. Let's get a little bit of clarity, okay? So we got the 5 of Swords and then we got the 7 of Pentacles. 5 of Swords, you definitely did that. You got something out in the open, off your chest. And the conversation that needed to be had was had, okay? And then in combination with that advice, 7 of Pentacles. Work on whatever it is that you sought fit for this situation. Work on that and put effort into it every day. So if you were a person who had to get something off your chest and it was something that you did wrong, and one of the agreements that you made with this person was to, you know, change your ways or work hard every day to get them back or whatever it is, you have to willingly do that every single day. This has to be a consistent thing. It has to be something that you were determined to see through to the end. And even if this was a situation where the conversation was had and you told them this was your last straw, this is it, there is no second chances, you have to stick to that. And that means you may have to lose someone in the process, you know, but that is what you need to commit to, okay? So like I said, this situation seemed to be very emotional, and I think it was needed, and I think it was just one of those situations where it had to be a huge change for things to set into place because there had just been so much happening and nothing being done the right way. Universe was like, okay, this is the moment that we just need to shake things up because this is too much. This is way too much for the situation. Let's go ahead and go into your present energy, Pisces. All right, Pisces. So the energy for the present time, we have the King of Cups in reverse. So we know that this can indicate someone who's emotionally manipulative, someone who doesn't have discretion when it comes to, emotions. They just say what they want to say. They may manipulate you in different ways. A person is just not a good person to be around. Now, this could also signify that you are not comfortable or confident in your love life. You could be having just weird feelings because things have changed. So with all of that has happened in the past, with all of this ending, this winning and losing, this argument, this battle that has transpired, I do think that you're just at a position where you're just like, I don't know what to do next. And with the Hermit card here, you definitely are taking some time to yourself. You're definitely kind of like, even if you still are around this person, which I hope you are not, I feel like you kind of isolate yourself mentally, and you may not let them in for fear of losing your independence or for fear of just not trusting this person. And you were definitely just like really sheltered at this time. And if you're not around this person physically, you are just not ready to be around others. I think that you were really trying to find that inner peace within yourself right now, and I think that's commendable. And with the Hermit card, we know that that is always about finding the answer that is within yourself. So you're really seeking this information that you need in order to heal yourself, and I think that's very important. So yeah, you are frustrated, you're stressed, you don't know which way to go, you may not know how to make a certain decision when it comes to a certain thing. There's a sense of you just feeling very emotionally imbalanced, and at this point, it's not going to help you to just sit with these emotions. It's not going to help you to just sit with, the way that things are going. You have to make a decision now. And I think it's important for you to realize you are in control of whatever you pick, okay? The problem is all of this stress and all of this frustration that has been caused from the situation, from that person. You need to determine if you want to continue going through that same thing. That's going to be the factor that, changes if you should stay with them or not, or if you should stay in the situation or not, or if you should deal with this person anymore. And you're going to have to take a leap of faith because you don't know what's going to come in the future. So that's a given. I'm not saying it's going to make perfect sense to you, but what I am saying is the answer and the decision maker is you. You have to figure out what you want to do next. And it's something that's going to take, some real thinking about, and I think that you need to be smart about it, but at the same time, I don't think it's smart to just wait and wait for the answer to come to you. I do think you need to do the internal work and figure out what you want to do next. 8 of Pentacles in reverse. You could be feeling like you've put so much into this situation to get nothing out of it, and I think you're really starting to see that no matter how hard you try to either put into this situation, you feel like you are not ever getting what you deserve from it. No matter how good of a person you are to this person, they don't show you that same side whenever they get upset about something. Or if you're the person doing the wrong to the person, it's like no matter how hard you try, you can't do what you need to do to be good for them. So it's like you really need to assess the situation and look at it for what it is. It's I don't want to say it's simple, but it's that simple. You just need to be honest about what's going on and then take that leap of faith and trust that whatever you see fit for yourself is what needs to happen. What decision are we trying to make? So I think that you're on the verge of a breakthrough. You're on the verge of seeing that things can be different for you, things can be better, but you're still having trouble coming to terms with what that means for you. What does that mean? What does that mean you have to do next? What does that mean you can't do next? So it's like you're still trying to rationalize the decision that has to be made, and you don't know how it's going to affect you in the future. But what I can tell you is it's going to be better than you just sitting and doing nothing, okay? So you have to do something, all right, Pisces? Now, let's get you some advice on how to successfully maneuver the situation in the present. All right, so we got the Star card, which is related to the Aquarius zodiac sign. The Star card. So this is a beautiful card when things seem like there's no hope at the end of the tunnel. This card literally means that the light has been shown and you're going to start to be able to move towards it. So it's like at that moment where you feel like nothing is going to happen good, nothing is happening to your benefit, and you feel like giving up, that's when that light is going to show. So what I can say about this present energy is you don't know what's going to come, but you know you have to make a decision. And I think once you make that decision and you come to terms with like, okay, I'm going to do this, that is when that light is going to spark for you, and you're going to start seeing the path kind of broaden up for you. And it's not going to seem like the end of the road is right, like coming right towards you. You know what I'm saying? Like you're going to be able to see that, okay, I do have more that's coming towards me. This is not the end all be all to whatever it feels like. You know what I'm saying? So hope is on the way, and you have to keep that hope alive once you find it, okay? So that's very, very good news, okay, Pisces? Now let's move into the future. What's coming towards Pisces' way? All right, Pisces. So this is good news. What's coming towards you is something that you want, okay? So this is what you're going to want. And I think that you've worked hard by this point to have achieved it. So yeah, that's the Sun card here. You're getting what you want. That's what's coming your way. Now, in the details behind that, we have the High Priestess card in reverse. Your intuition is a little off right now. So even though you have all of these good things coming towards your way, you still need to make sure you're adding logic to the situation. So you don't want to go full water sign mode and just like purely go off of your emotional intelligence. Yes, you have this, but at this point in time, I think you're going to have a phase where you may backtrack, or you may do something that you don't need to do because you're thinking with your intuition. And not to say that your intuition is not to be trusted, but at this moment it's not, because I think the situation around it that you're questioning is not the truth. And you'll see that probably next month, that it'll come into play that whatever you were trying to do, it wasn't the full truth. And so that's why you couldn't just trust your intuition. So make sure you're adding logic to the situation whenever you are making a certain decision on something. In other words, you just want to be a little bit more logical and strategic in how you move in the coming future, okay? Because you're making some big changes, some big movements. You need to make sure that you're backing that up with logic and not just, you know, what you think is going to happen. So kind of like if you're building something, you don't want to just have one plan. You want to have plan A, plan B, plan C, because you want to make sure that whatever you're doing logically and strategically, it adds up so that you are not fucked at the end of the day. We also have the Magician's card here. So you're making things happen with what you got. You are making something come towards you. I think you're manifesting what you wanted, and it's happening pretty soon. It's happening on your own accord. So we'll see what that is in just a second. And then we have the World card here as well coming towards you in reverse. So with the World card in reverse, it's not a terrible card, but this means that what you thought was going to happen may not happen exactly the way you want. Now, you still will receive some form of reward from this, but it may not be on the scale or the magnitude that you had once thought. So in other words, you'll have personal gains, or something will happen where you see personally where it benefits you, or you learn a certain lesson, but it doesn't necessarily equal success on a broad scale. You know what I'm saying? So if this was a situation where you were banking on some type of money, if you were betting on something, you may get a little bit of money, but you may not get the full amount that you thought, but you still got something. This is also saying that there's some things that you just have to wait on until they formulate and they come to their full potential. So some things that you don't really have much control over, even though you have planned for certain things, you don't have full control over how it's going to turn out, because it's some things that just have to grow. The potential still has to build for it to be what you actually see it being in the end. So that's not terrible, and this is what is coming towards your future. So what you can do about this situation is to keep moving forward. You can keep going. You can kind of anticipate if things don't go right, what can I do to help it? So something like that. But at the end of the day, I do think it's more of a waiting game, and I think it's something where it's like you're going to learn your true strength by waiting. You're going to learn your true strength by seeing that the things that you do have, you have used them to the greatest of their ability, and now you just have to wait on the flower to grow. Manifesting that to happen in the future. So Knave of Pentacles. So it looks like you're trying to sow some seeds for your domestic well-being, your financial well-being, and stability in itself. What I like about this card is this is like you're doing it on your own. You're standing on your own 2 feet, And at the end of the day, you will be proud of how it turns out. Now, I do think that you probably will have to put your love life on the back burner, and you may have some doubts about what to do when it comes to your financial life. But this is where it comes in, where I was saying, don't just listen to your intuition, listen, add some logic to the situation. So find the answers that are available to you with the star card here. So if you have questions about something that's dealing with your finances, make sure you go double check and figure out, find someone who can give you advice, or go and research it and do the work yourself and figure out what needs to be done so that these things can manifest at a quicker pace and you won't miss out on so much, or you won't feel like you have to wait forever. Okay? I do think that you have to focus on yourself, though. I think that this is not going to be a time where you have time to focus on your emotional life if it's something that causes you stress. Now, what's the advice for the future? Three of Cups. So, Three of Cups, you need to accept the feelings that are coming your way and be mature about the situation. So, don't break down. Don't cry over spilled milk. You need to kind of take what's happening, take your losses where they may happen, and take your wins where they may happen, and just get over it. You know what I'm saying? Like, be mature, figure out how to move around it instead of just sitting there and crying in front of it. We don't want to just sit there and do that. We want to make actions, but we also want to be mature and honest about the way that things can go. Be honest with yourself, and don't expect things to just be perfect. Expect things to happen that you don't expect. The unexpected. Okay? Expect the unexpected. Yeah, Pisces. Do you think you're going to have a lot of things come your way, and I do think you're going to see kind of like this tower build itself. You're going to be a part of it. You're going to see a collapse happen in the beginning, and then you're going to move and see that it's building rather quickly. It's just some things that you have to wait out to see the full potential of why things have happened. But I think you will see that it is for your greater good, and I think you'll see that it's what you wanted at the end of the day, okay? Thank you so much for watching, Pisces. I truly enjoyed reading for you. If you like this reading and you want to let me know that you did, go ahead and subscribe to the channel so that you can be notified whenever I post for your sign, and also for any spiritual, metaphysic related things. Also, like the video so that you let me know that you like seeing these type of videos so I can keep posting them. And you can leave a comment so you can let me know how things are going for you, but also let me know what readings you would like to see on this channel. And last but not least, if you loved this reading and you want more and you don't want to wait, you can book a reading with me at lovefromaleo@gmail.com, or you can also add me on Instagram at atela_amor, and I cannot wait to see you there. Don't forget to check out my other videos if you have not. And yeah, I am Love from a Leo. If I'm not your favorite Leo, one day I will be. And until next time, my perfect Pisces, I will see you very, very soon. Bye.